Good afternoon, Earthy Wise Woman here, and I'm here to do our daily reading. I'm doing it in the afternoon this time. And the card that I pulled today was the Six of Cups. Now, as many of you already know, I'm going to show you the card soon. In fact, let me go ahead and show you the card right now. Here you go. This is the Six of Cups. Now, uh, cups is the element of water, and that's very feminine. But the Six of Cups, when it falls like this, denotes a concept of nostalgia. I'm going to hold this up. The reason I say nostalgia is when a person is going through trials and tribulations in life, we tend to want to look back at the good old days when things were easier, when things made sense. Right now in our world, we're going through a lot of things that truly don't make sense, a lot of chaos, and a lot of unveiling and uncovering of truths that we didn't even know were out there, lies that were being told to us that are now being revealed. So, naturally, it is the nature of all of us to want to look back at a simpler time when things were not so chaotic, when things were not so difficult. I'm going to put this card down now. By the way, I am reading from my transformational deck. As you both all know, that is my favorite deck. And please like and subscribe to my video. I really would appreciate that. Now, onward. When a person is going through trials and tribulations, it's just common to want to go back to an easier time. But the one thing we have to look at is this: when you're in the middle of a fire, the most dangerous thing you can do is look behind you. Because in looking behind you, you won't see what happens in front of you. So, right now, the best thing that we can do individually as individuals is just press forward. I know sometimes you don't want to, and I know that sometimes you want to stop, and it's okay to take a break. Just don't stop. Take a break. Just don't stop. As a country, as a world, we must press forward and get through this. We are going up to a new age of Aquarius. We are stepping up mentally, emotionally, spiritually. We're going up to a new level, and it is apparent in so many things. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Everything is going to be okay. I am reminded of the old saying, it is always darkest before the dawn. So, the best thing I'm going to suggest for all of you is to keep on getting a good night's sleep. I know that sleep lately in the world has been erratic, very erratic, because of what's going on. A lot of us don't feel the ability to just relax and just, enjoy a good night's sleep. But we need to. And it's coming because many of us are elevating to a newer, higher purpose, a newer, higher truth. So be aware of that. Also, I'm going to strongly suggest to all of you to take a moment and just, when I say a moment, I'm talking just like 5 minutes in your day and sit and just be still. Now, in the past, a lot of people, they do not understand, why people used to it's called intoning. Now, a lot of people think, well, what does that mean? What's a om? Om represents all the sounds in the universe in one word, om. It represents all of it. So when you know what something means, it does take on, understanding. Whether it takes on some understanding, you understand why you're doing it. Okay? It's not just saying some random thing. You understand this has some meaning, this has some significance. And so I would strongly suggest that even a mantra is fine. I do both. I do a mantra when I wake up in the morning. And my mantra is I'm going to be successful today. Now, successful doesn't mean I'm going to make $1 million. I mean, that is successful, but it's just, for me, it's just finishing up a task that I started. I'm going to complete that task. I'm going to be successful in my day. And guys, it is important that you don't beat yourself up, okay? Don't beat yourself up. But remember, sometimes we don't succeed that day. We just don't. But if you don't try, you will not succeed. I mean, that's a setup for failure right there if you don't try. 50 years ago, in the 1970s, ah, when I was a child, they had a saying, keep on trucking. And I think that's what's going on right now. I know a lot of you guys are having issues with your relationships, and most of them are just really bad communications, where one person wants something, another person wants something else, and neither of you guys are able to come into some kind of agreement. I guess what I'm trying to say with all of this discord and all of this miscommunication, it leads to, of course, animosity. We know that. But more importantly, guys, listen, please. It's unfair to your partner if you keep on looking for happiness just within the relationship. You have to also look for happiness within yourself. And if you look for happiness within yourself, you can bring more to the relationship. It's difficult to do this. I'm not saying that it's easy, but you have to remember love must start with you. You must love you before you can ever expect anyone else to love you. Because only you know the best way to love you. Ultimately, only you know the best way to love yourself. So, if you don't know how to love yourself, you need to discover how to love yourself. Because no one can do that. No one can do that but you. So, you know, when I do a reading and I show you the atmosphere of the world for that day, remember, a little bit of that atmosphere affects you, and you're affecting that. So it's interchangeable. And what I'm trying to say is this: I know that it's so much more easier to look back on the good old days because they were something we understand because hindsight is 2020. But even if we were to go back to the good old days, we would have had an issue there too that we were trying to deal with. So the best thing for us to do is to keep our heads up high, look forward, and push through. And we can do this, okay? We might get a little, some burn marks, but we can make it through this. And as I was saying for doing a mantra, guys, every day, if you just look in the mirror and just say, I am worth it. I am good. I am successful. I am productive. Hell, if you just simply just say, I can do this. I can do this. And remember, you make the rules to this game in this world. You are the ones who make the rules. You do not necessarily have to follow the rules. Remember, on some very real level, you're creating them too. You are creating your world. How it's going to be, it's up to you. But first and foremost, let us all remember we need to love ourselves. And in so loving ourselves, we can love everyone else. But it must start with us. On that note, Earthy Wise Woman is going to say, you guys have a good and positive day. Remember, affirmations are important. And just if you don't know anything else, remember to utter the universal sound. Om.